Hi everyone, welcome to Ask an Armourer. My name's Kia and today I'm going to be showing you a technique to bend your tang using this pipe tool. This technique can be applied to any blade type and any tang length. Let's get started. As a quick note before we begin, when I say tang, I am referring to this part here, which is what actually goes into the handle. Now, it can be bent to whatever angle you like, so long as it stays within the technical rules laid out by the FIE. I've linked those down below if you want to go into the specifics of the rules. However, as a basic rule of thumb, essentially the end of the handle can't extend past the edge of your bell guard. Again, that's just a simplification. Check out the rules for the official wording and definition, but that's a pretty good place to start if you're just eyeballing it. And of course, every person is unique, so everyone will have a slightly different set preference, so just play around until you find which one you like, and then you'll learn how to set it for yourself. So all you need for this is your blade, your bench-mounted vise, which is securely mounted to a bench that is also secure. My bench here is actually bolted to the wall so that when we apply pressure later on, there's no risk of the entire unit toppling over on me. So just a note, make sure everything is secure and isn't going to fall. Then all else you need is your bending pipe. Now this is an official one I believe I got from Absolute. If I find the exact one, I will link it below. Otherwise, any basic length of pipe with a relatively narrow interior will work. This is basically just giving you extra leverage for the bend. Now to get set up, as you see, I already have my blade mounted here, but just a couple of notes. I always want it so that the groove is facing away from me, as this will more closely imitate what I see on the blade when you're holding it in hand. That is, the groove will be up and that's what you see. So I want the groove facing away from me so that I have that, as well as I am really careful to make sure that my wires are safely out of the way, both not pinched in the jaws of the vise, as well as not anywhere up around the tang, so they won't get bent and pinched when we go to bend it with the tool. What would be very frustrating is if in either of those cases the wire gets caught and then broken, and if you're unlucky, there won't be enough length left to put the weapon together entirely, which would be very frustrating, as rather than just being able to put together your weapon nicely, you now have to do a rewire job as well. So now that you're set up with the beginning of your tang just above the jaws of the vise, we're ready to get started. So like I said, the groove is away from me, and we're going to start with this angle, as regardless of your handedness, everybody is going to want a slight downward bend. So now, making sure, again, I'm very paranoid about this, the wire's out of the way, you're going to take the pipe and you're just going to set it on top of the tang until it meets the base of the blade. Now all you're going to do is wrap your hands around the top and you're just going to use this as a lever, pull down slightly to put a bit of a bend in it. Now you do want to go slowly and just kind of do a little bit at a time. If you're working with a stiffer blade like an FIE blade, you may need to put a little bit more oomph to get it started, but be careful, you don't want to go too far and then have to try to bend the tang back upwards so it's more straight. Not only is that a little bit tricky to do, it does fatigue wear the metal at that base, which can lead it to wear out more quickly on you. So I just gave one little pull there. I'm going to take the pipe off and investigate it. So this is a very, very shallow one. I'm going to give it a little bit more than this. Good, there we go. So now you can see I've got this nice downward angle here. This is a pretty standard one that I set because this blade is just meant for team use. It's not being customized for anyone in particular. So this is kind of the average that I start with, and then if it's somebody personal, I will adjust it exactly to what they would like. So again, I've mentioned that this is a team blade, and I am just going to put the downward bend in it at this point. This way, if I need to build this blade for a right-handed person or a left-handed person, it's easily interchangeable. But if this is your personal weapon, what you would do is take this out of the jaws like this, rotate it 90 degrees away from your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, you will rotate it so the groove is pointing to your left, and if you're left-handed, you're going to rotate it so the groove is facing to your right, and then you're going to repeat these steps pulling down towards you so that you have a down and in curve to your tang. And in the exact same way that you do this first downward bend, you just want to start, do a little bit at a time, double check it. You can even kind of put the handle on and give it a feel to see if that works for you as you keep going. But again, you don't want to over bend it and then try to bend it back. You really want to try to avoid fatigue wearing your weapon. And that's all you need to do. Now, once you are happy with the bend that you've put in it, you can go ahead and assemble your weapon and you're ready to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or other topics you'd like me to cover, let me know down below. See you in the next one. Bye.